Welcome everyone to the Red Flex. We're here with the full team today. We are the first and only YouTube channel in the whole wide world to be run by four brothers. All four of us are brothers. We're all from Manchester and we're all Manchester United fans. And as you know, today, Man United played Brighton in the Carabao Cup and it was a nice 3-0 victory. But was it? So we'll go around the screen. Abdul, we'll go to you. What do you think?
First of all, I'd like to say this is the first show that I'm doing, so I'm really excited.
Your debut.
Nice one for showing up. Nice one for showing up, bud.
Showed up this time. Showed up.
Right. So, what do you think of the game?
I think it was, to be fair, it was a pretty boring game. That's just my opinion. I think it's not the best game to watch, but I did see some quite good kind of performances from a few of the players. I think Mata was really good. Baye was really good.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
Other than that, no one really else stood out from the performance, to be honest.
We'll come back to individual performances, but overall,
3-0. Overall, we won 3-0. Did not concede a goal. Scored 3 goals. What else can you ask for? What else do you want? So yeah.
Fair enough. Kasim.
So I'm a little bit disappointed that my prediction of 3-1 didn't come through, but I'll take that. I think the first half was quite a cagey affair. I think, like Abdul said, I'll be very honest with you. First 10, 15 minutes, I was on the sofa, had a little bit of a snooze, and I thought, it's not professional of me. It's not going to be professional of me. Can't give an honest opinion if I don't watch the game. So I sorted myself out. I thought Mata looked like the most dangerous player on the pitch in the first half. And it was a beautiful cross from the free kick. McTominay put it away nicely. I think one of the funniest things in the game that happened today was Eric Bailly was right behind McTominay, and it seemed like he just headed his back and fell to the floor. That pretty much sums up Eric Bailly for you. But I thought he had a great game as well.
He played really well. Yeah,
he did. Yeah. He looked assured. I think he should start against Tottenham. Van der Beek did well in the second half. I know in the last episode,
we're going to have to come back to you, Kasim. We're going to have to come back to you. There's a very bad echo at your end, so I don't know if someone's listening in to you, but we can hear a very bad echo coming from you. So I don't know if you want to just...
issue. Apologies, guys. I'll sort that out for you right now. We'll move over to Harris while I get that sorted out.
Yeah, Harris.
Yeah, I thought when Cass said that there was a funny moment, I thought it was going to top yesterday's game when Eric Dyer had to go for a convenience
for the toilet.
Go to the toilet.
Dyer. Yeah, there was a lot of good memes about Dyer and diarrhea.
Yeah.
But
yeah, good performance, professional performance. Funny thing is, our second string hasn't actually conceded a goal yet, which is quite interesting.
Oh, that's an interesting point.
Whereas the first team has conceded 5 goals, so maybe that is something for Ole to think about. But yeah, good job. I think Abdul and Cass have already mentioned it. Good, decent job. And I think we can talk about individual kind of performances in a sec.
So for me, it was, I think, firstly, I thought the game lacked intensity. I think for periods of the game, probably why Kasim fell asleep was I found it a very pedestrian pace. There wasn't
that's the reason why
a lot of intensity. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of intensity from both teams. So that was something I think it was meant to happen. Both the teams made changes. I don't know how seriously either team is taking in this competition, although I think we should be. We should be taking it seriously. But yeah, it had a pedestrian pace. There was a few bits of individual quality. There was a little portion of the second half where Ollie changed tactics, where at one point Van der Beek was playing at the left, Pogba was number 10, Mata was on the right, and I found that to be something interesting. I think that's something you can work on. That's actually a Pochettino. That's what Pochettino does. He plays 4-2-3-1 without actually any wingers. So number 10s, 3 number 10s, they all interchange. But again, you need your fullbacks to do your business to get wet, but we'll come back to that. So anyone you think, Abdul, who should be forcing their way into the starting lineup?
I know a lot of people don't seem to rate Juan Mata, but I think he can do a good, solid job against certain teams, against in certain kind of times within the game. I think he's got a role to play this season. I think he'll be quite important for us.
I think with Juan Mata, all the technical players actually like to play with him. So like Van der Beek was having a lot of good link-up play with him. Bruno has a lot of good link-up play with him. I think that the technical players appreciate him. So yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, pick and choose. Anyone else stood out for you?
I think, as I mentioned earlier, Bailly had a great game against Luton. He was really good as well. When we look at Lindelof, not a great performance, I think, again. So against Spurs, I do expect Maguire, Bailly to start.
Yeah, I think that's a fair shout, Cassim.
Yeah, I think we're talking about, I think we've sorted the technical issues out. So the millions and millions of subscribers that we have, please accept my apologies. We're talking about players that are forcing their way in. I want to talk about players that shouldn't get anywhere near the first team.
Okay.
I think in the last episode, I talked about Daniel James on right wing. Did he do anything to change my opinion today? Absolutely not. And I think his Manchester United career should be coming to an end soon, and he should go to Leeds. Best of luck to him. And yeah, I'll be glad to see the back of him.
Very controversial view.
Completely written him off.
Quite harsh, I'd say.
I think. Don't you? All right. What about the other side of the coin? Is that Daniel James doesn't often play with the actual first team, so he can't, show his best. What do you think?
I think that's a valid point, but I think in terms of what we are trying to do in terms of style of play, obviously we're struggling with that. I don't think many teams are going to now play a high line against us because they kind of figured us out. So taking that into consideration, I don't think Daniel James is going to offer what the only thing he does offer is pace. So that's not really going to come into play. So I think that should be pretty much be the last time he should be wearing a Man United shirt.
Osman in the comments agrees with you there. He says that what was Dalot doing today, and did Dan James even play on the same pitch? I don't think Dalot was that bad. I think there was moments he actually went forward. It might not have been any end product, but he actually going forward. I think he was okay. Dan James, I didn't really see much, but anyway, Harris.
Yeah, I was actually glad to see Dalot. I thought his career was actually coming to an end. But I still think we have to remember, these guys not had much of a preseason. Is James' second game, Dalot's first, so I think it's a little bit harsh to be saying his career's over, etc. I think James against the big boys, where obviously it's us hitting them on the counter against Liverpool, Man City, them sort of teams, maybe even Arsenal. I think he can do a job, but is that enough for him just to be in the squad, just to be in the team, just for those 5-6 games? Maybe not, but he's still young. So
So do you think he should be sold?
No.
I'm with you. I think that I would. I mean, Leeds are interested. I'm happy to give them a year's loan. Let him find his feet. I think in a Bielsa system, he probably would flourish. And then we take it from there. Yeah, I wouldn't write him off, but I don't think that there's a starter there. I think he's capable of being a very good squad player, but I don't think it's a full-time squad person. But anyone else over Van der Beek showed a moment of brilliance with his goal. Well, it's assist, for the Mata goal.
Yeah, I just thought he was average up until that point, up until the assist. Again, he's just coming to the team. It's going to take him time to kind of like integrate in and kind of work out how we play and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not too worried about Van der Beek. Pogba, I'm glad he came on and scored a goal for his confidence, because obviously he's not done much.
Would you give it to Pogba? Was that a Pogba goal or was it a wrong goal?
It was off target, wasn't it? So it's going to have to be in my books. Yeah.
It was never going in without that deflection. Never. Yeah. Osman in the comments, he's saying, I love Gallo as a person, but he's a step down from even second string. Yeah, definitely this season, unfortunately, he's struggled after his 5 goals last year. It's harsh, again, but I think that...
2 games in. It's too harsh.
Yeah, 2 games in. I mean, I think his loan's coming to an end anyway, so I don't know how much more time he's going to play for Man United, but we're linked with a lot of strikers, but again, this is not a transfer show, so we'll avoid that.
I think give you a call to see instead of Igalo. I think you could do a job up front.
I don't know, man. I think the legs.
The old us man from a few years ago will do a fantastic job.
Maybe me of a few years ago. Classic British centre forward hold up play. I could have done a job, but I haven't got it in the tank no more. Might be able to do a little 10-minute cameo.
A football manager with the strength.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we could do that. We could do something like that. I'll give him a call. But yeah, so I think we're all pretty much agreed. Bailly should be in the squad. Abdul sort of leaning towards Mata, but only certain times. But with the look forward to Tottenham, do you think anyone other than Bailly, who's not already in the first team, has forced their way through? McTominay, anyone? Fred? What did you think of their performances?
No,
I think personally,
not at all. Yeah.
I think there's a reliance on Matic in our team because of obviously he's experienced. He knows how to carry out the job in terms of the protection of the back four. But I think his legs are gone a little bit. And from what I've seen today, I think McTominay showed that he's quite strong. He can take a tackle. So I think maybe for the Tottenham game, apart from Eric Bailly, I think McTominay should slot into that kind of role. He can give us a bit of energy in the centre of the park. So I think, yeah.
I don't think so.
I think that's unlikely.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. But I think tactically, positionally, he's okay. But I don't think he's got a range of passing that Matic has. But then again, Matic has been doing a lot of sideways, backwards, boring passing. But I think McTominay is going to grow into that role. I don't think he's ready quite yet for the big games. But yeah, I can see him taking over, definitely, for sure.
Yeah, for me, that's not the kind of like problem position. We've got McTominay, we've got Matic. The problem position for me is where Pogba plays. If Pogba isn't playing well, he's there's like absolutely no point in him being on the pitch or even on the bench. So
Pogba in the
when he came on today, though, to be fair to him, he did play really well. I think
hit and miss, isn't it? Hit and miss. So that's why I said I'm glad he got his goal. So let's see if he can play better against.
I think maybe the fact that Pogba, even though it was a very short spell, he played very well. It was the fact that he was actually playing further forward, and in the last few games, Pogba's literally been playing defensive midfield, which is not his game.
Yeah, that's not his game. Yeah, so again, it's a puzzle, isn't it, for Ole to solve? As in, like, how do you get the best out of Pogba? In the system he wants to play.
Today has shown that stick him in the number 10 and he'll do the business by the looks of it.
That's what about Fernandes.
Up his wages by 50k, that's how you get the best out of Pogba.
He's been on good money for a lot of years now. If your performance was related to your pay, he should be one of our best performers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know
that one.
I think he's trying to imply that Pogba wants to be the highest paid player at United. Maybe I don't know.
I think when you look at the players that are your best players, your famous players, you look around in all the clubs. For example, Cristiano Ronaldo, he'll throw his dummy out if anybody's anywhere near his wage packet or anybody's getting more publicity than him. If you're Paul Pogba, you're thinking, oh wait a minute, we've got Donny van de Beek here, we've got Fernandes here. Me personally, I think he's worried and he wants a wage increase. That's how that one's going to be settled.
I think that he needs to buck up his performances. I think part of the reason why we did the Donny van de Beek deal is to put pressure on Pogba, either to sign the contract or to kind of, you can leave if you want because we've got someone here. So I think before he gets a wage increase, personally, I think Ed Woodward will probably give him a wage increase anyway, just because he likes the fact that he's a sponsor's dream. But performance-wise, I don't think, other than very, very few spells, we've seen the best of Paul Pogba. And I think it is to do with his positioning. Like number 10 today, even though he was playing in there for not too long, he showed what he can do and what damage he can do.
I think it's also to do with the fact that now he's got a lot better players around him. So I think he will start to perform now. Because he actually was playing, if you think about a few years ago, he wasn't playing with world-class players like we've got now.
Yeah, I mean, majority of the squad is the same. What has actually changed? What has other
Bruno
than the fact that he's
Fernandes
not playing
is
with
the key.
Fernandes the key, yeah.
He's the key player.
Fernandes is the key, but the problem of not the problem, the nice problem to have is the fact that if Fernandes is in the team, he's playing number 10. And then Pogba is forced, if we continue with, as Usman says, he thinks 4-2-3-1 is the way forward. I disagree slightly because I think that 4-2-3-1 doesn't get the best of Pogba. 4-3-3 gets the best of Pogba because that's what Pogba plays in the French midfield. That's what he played in the Juventus midfield, where he's got the license to go forward and back. And there's only one holding player and he doesn't have to do it that much. I think the fact that maybe Matic doesn't have the legs to do it all by himself. That's why Pogba has to do it. But I think in 4-3-3, where Pogba and Fernandes can sort of interchange, one goes forward, one goes back, works a lot better for us. But again, that's a tactical puzzle for Ole. Any thoughts?
I agree with that. I just think United is set on that formation now. I can't see them changing. Obviously, they might do the one-off game against City or against whoever, but I think this is what he's going to stick to. So yeah, I don't think that 4-3-3 is ever going to come into play really on a regular basis. Can't see it.
I think it will have to. I think there's going to come a point.
Yeah, sorry, I was just going to say. I think with Ole, as we've seen over the last year, I think it depends on who we actually going to play. So if it's against a top 6 team at times away from home, sometimes it's a 5-3-2. Sometimes we've actually played a diamond, like we did against Chelsea away, from what I remember. I think it just depends. I think it's horses for courses. Just depends on who we're playing and who's in form, who's not in form at the time.
I think, the Van de Beek does give us the option to play a lot more formations, but still, I don't think we found one which complements our best 11, whatever the best 11 is. I don't think it fully complements it. I think, like I said, the period that we had when Bruno Fernandes first came in, I think it was just kind of, I don't know, like a honeymoon period where everything was going right. He was doing good, but I think it gave everyone a boost. So everyone started giving that extra few percent. But now that we've settled back into normality, I'm still not happy with the 4-2-3-1 with Pogba sitting deep. I still think that it makes him look bad. I think he is a great player. I think there's no doubt about that. If he was in the 10, or like I said, if he was in the 4-3-3, he'd play better. But I think he has to do it for the team. As long as we're still winning, I don't think Ole will change it. But I think if we do have a period where it's going wrong, I think we're going to be forced to have that conversation. But yeah, looking forward, I think just if anyone wants to quickly come in with starting lineups for the next game, who should be in, bearing in mind who's played well this game. Abdul?
I would go with our strongest team that we used towards the end of the season, but instead of Lindelof, that's the starting lineup I'd go for. So I think we all know what the strongest kind of front 6 is. And then other than that, I think Wan-Bissaka, to be fair, has not really been the best of form. Brandon Williams did quite well today, so maybe he's got a chance instead of Wan-Bissaka, but I think he's out of form. He's not sharp enough at the moment to play. Instead of Lindelof, I'd put in Mbaye. I think De Gea has not done anything wrong, so he's not going to lose his place just yet. But between Henderson and De Gea, it's going to be a really good battle throughout the season.
Yeah, so Sai's watching, and I think he agrees with a lot of your points about the team selection. Probably looking forward to his fantasy football, taking your tips on board. Cass?
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree with Abdul in terms of the lineup. One thing I would like to say is I think Henderson made a very crucial save today at 1-0. It was a good save that he made. It could have changed the outcome of today's game. But do I think Ole's going to pick him instead of De Gea right now? I don't think so. Maybe if there's another big mistake that De Gea makes, then that could kind of force Ole's hands, because obviously the media's been absolutely calling for De Gea to be dropped. In terms of defence, yeah, again, like Abdul said, I think Eric Bailly should come in instead of Victor Lindelof. I think the midfield will probably pick itself with Matic, Pogba, and Fernandes. If there was any changes, like I said before, probably look at McTominay. Whether or not that happens or not, I don't know. And then the front three, I don't think there's going to be any changes there. I don't think Daniel James is going to be anywhere near there, that's for sure. So it's going to be Martial starting lineup.
Yeah. Harris, anything to add?
Yeah, I think Bailly for me, definitely. I think it's worth a try. I still probably would stick with Wan-Bissaka only because I think Tottenham may try and target that area, but let's see what he can do one-on-one. I think he's obviously strongest in that kind of role. Because I think when you play a Mourinho team, he's not going to go for it. So I don't think it's going to be one of them games where we're gonna be it'll be probably all out like counter attack most of the time. So I think
if it was a Mourinho team, that's going to keep us at the edge of our seats that game.
Yeah, so I mean, so it's going to be a bit of a grinder. So for me, Martial's not pulled up any trees, so I'd probably even stick Matt on the right.
There's no competition for him. There's no competition.
Matt on the right
at the moment, yeah.
Why not? Matt on the right.
And what?
Greenwood up front.
Greenwood on the left. Rashi up front for me. That's the front three. But yeah, it probably won't happen. But based on form, it should be them three, in my opinion.
Depends. I don't think, like I said, depends on if Tottenham play the low block. If they go for the all-out defense, which I don't think they will because they've been scoring a lot of goals recently.
I don't think they will
so I think they are going to actually go for it.
Yeah.
So there is going to be positions out wide. They've looked a bit weak in the fullback areas. Tottenham, I think they've got new signing, but it depends if Bale's going to be fit. That might be a problem for us. I would definitely still play Wan-Bissaka, even though he provides nothing going forward. The fact that he's going to be up against Son, he is our best one-to-one defender. So he has to be looking for me.
Son's not going to be playing. He's got a torn hamstring.
Oh, is it? Oh, fantastic. That's, well, there you go then. Well, then you can bring in whoever you want. But yeah, if that was the way forward, then yeah. Because he still provides the best option. Even if they've got one of their other tricky wingers, they've got quite a lot of few wingers, haven't they? They've got Bergwijn and few others as as well.
Bale's not fit yet, is he, at the moment?
Yeah, but for one-to-one defending, mind games and all that, probably been saving himself for this.
I'm going for a tactical 1-1, me.
Yeah, tactical 1-1.
What are the chances of Mourinho measuring the goalposts at Old Trafford?
It's possible, isn't it?
Very likely.
Very likely, yeah.
There's been a little bit of war of words between Ole and Mourinho, I think, over the last week. I know where Harris is coming from, that it's going to be a tight game. But if we are doing kind of predictions, I think it's going to be 1-0. And I think Bruno Fernandes is going to score a penalty. And that's how the game's going to unfold, in my opinion.
Abdul?
Yeah, I think we'll win. I'm going for 2-0.
2-0. I am probably leaning more towards Harris in this one. I think we're looking at a draw because our forward line hasn't exactly been firing. Tottenham, even without Son, they've still got Kane, and Kane can just score from nowhere. And a few there, they've had a few decent Tottenham. Yeah, they've had a few decent results against us in terms of their wing play and things like that. Mourinho obviously knows the flaws of all our players, so he probably is going to be set up to target certain things. So yeah, tactically it's probably going to be a bit scrappy. I think again, like we always do, rely on a bit of brilliance from someone. But I think Martial or Rashford are going to come good for us. But yeah, I think he's probably going to have a good game. But yeah, I think it's probably going to be a draw, depending on how brave Mourinho wants to go. Probably, I think he's got a point to prove because I think he wants to beat Man United. He always likes to beat his former teams, and he probably want to beat Solskjaer at this point. But yeah, so that's that. We will be back for the next one, which is going to be Tottenham at the weekend. If there is any transfer updates, something shocking like a Sancho, etc., we'll come back and have a discussion before the next game. But until then, I think that's it. Unless anyone's got anything to add.
I was going to say, I know we're not going to be talking about transfers too much today, but very quickly, I know there's a loan deal going on for Dembele. So, for me, it's very injury prone. I don't know whether he's the right fit, but let's see. I know there's Sarr from Watford being linked as well. So let's wait and see, because I think that Jadon Sancho deal's dead for me.
Yeah, like I said, we could probably go on another half an hour if we start talking about transfer. So I think we'll leave that. And like I said, if there is any big movement, any confirmed big movement, then we'll sort that out. But yeah, thanks guys for watching the Red Flex, the one and only channel. Probably I think I'll go out and say the only channel in the whole wide world run by 4 brothers. We all support Manchester United. We all live in Manchester. Before anyone tries to come in with the fake fan sort of thing, we're living in Manchester. We're Man United fans. We're 4 brothers. The only channel of its kind in the whole wide world. Thank you. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and thank you for watching the Red Flex. Goodbye.